God invites the entire human family to come and felicitate as well as give a shout out to the glory of God Almighty, personified with a new name, Leader Olumba Olumba, the Ancient of Days, the sole spiritual head of the entire universe, on the celebration of His divine manifestation on earth. This divine opportunity of gratitude to God in this Advent is open to all members and non-baptized members, as the blessings of appreciating the Father cannot be quantified by any measure. Come, let's celebrate Him in His name. Come, let all sing and dance, for He who was, is, and forever shall be. The categories of this wonderful opportunity include individuals, families, groups, Bethels, fellowship bodies, states, and nations. Let all that have breath say thank you, Father, at a very affordable cost. This is a bonus for all elects of God across the globe in this dispensation. Grab your space now and thank the Supreme Deity for keeping Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. All payments should be made to Star Cross TV accounts with details: Bank, Union Bank, account name Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, account number 0042778269. All evidences should be forwarded to this WhatsApp number +2347045541089. Come one, come all. Let's rejoice with the Maker of heavens and the earth, Leader Olumba Olumba Obu, for his kindness upon mankind. For more inquiries, please call Star Cross TV official line on +2347045541089. Sign, Management. Thank you, Father.
For new age plan, blessed are they who see and rejoice in His reign.
Hello, child of God. It is Pentecostal season again. The time for reports of work done, appraisals, recommendations, and then advice and blessings from the Holy Father, His Holiness Olumba Olumba Obu. To all fellowships, buddies, and groups in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. Do you wish to know more about these fellowships, buddies, and groups? Or do you have brilliant ideas that can push any of these groups forward? Here is your chance. Join us every day except Sundays by 11 o'clock West African time on Star Cross Television. Share with us your thoughts via our YouTube channel BCS Star Cross TV International, or call our official line on +2347044802883 during the program. Happy holidays.
Hello, peace of the Father, and welcome to the live interactive session here on Star Cross Television. Happy Holy Thursday to all children of God, and welcome to the Blessed Brother and Sisters Family Fellowship interaction on Star Cross Television in preparation for their December Pentecostal meeting with the Father. The Blessed Brothers and Sisters Family Fellowship, it's a fellowship of those who have blessed their union in the kingdom of God, Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. And that is why they are called brothers and sisters, because the Father called us brothers and sisters. Today on the discussion, I have representatives of the fellowship with us here in the studios. First of all, to recognize them is Sister Oma Ekpeyong Iso, the chairperson, Blessed Brothers and Sisters Family Fellowship, Cross River State. Peace of the Father.
Perfect peace.
Peace of the Father. And I also have with us Brother Ekpeyong Iso, who is also a member of the fellowship. Peace of the Father.
Perfect peace.
And yes, one of us is also here today, Brother I.G. Agara, who is also a member of the fellowship. Peace of the Father, brother.
Peace of the Father.
Peace of the Father. All right, this interaction is open to everyone. Those of us that are also watching at home, you can either join us by asking questions for clarity. You can do that on our YouTube channel. Drop your questions there, or while the interaction is going on, you can also call our phone lines and have your questions asked, and be rest assured that the Father is going to pass through the representatives here with us in the studio to give justice to all questions asked therein. Okay, this interaction covers the third quarter of the year, which is from August to December, and the activities of the fellowship. So let me go straight to the chairperson of Cross River State, who is going to be speaking on behalf of the fellowship. So far, so good. Brothers and Sisters Family Fellowship is one fellowship that is envied by all, because everybody wants to get involved, but there's always a process to get involved. Unlike other fellowships where anybody can just go and be a member, this is one of those fellowships, or one, if not the only one, where you have a criteria before you can become a member of the fellowship. We're going to talk about that later. But how has the fellowship done, or what has the fellowship done within this period under review? That's from August till December.
Thank you so much. As you have rightly said, I am Sister Oma Ikmeyoriso, the chairperson of Cross River State, Blessed Brothers Sisters Family Fellowship. During the period under review, the fellowship have been able to bless pending marriages,
Okay.
baptize members into the fold.
Okay.
Though in Cross River State we've not conducted a single retreat, but I believe in internationally they have, because during last Pentecostal period, Lagos State side was they were preparing to conduct single and married retreats.
Okay.
So I believe they have done that during this period between August, September to December.
Okay. Okay. All right. I know every fellowship has as a cardinal point evangelism. But Blessed Brothers and Sisters Fellowship has a divine mandate given to them by the Father to bless marriages in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. Let me give this one to Brother Agara. Brother Agara, are you with us?
Yes, please.
Okay. Blessing marriages in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, just as the chairperson of Cross River had said, can you quickly run down what it takes to have a marriage blessed in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star? Because most people think the process is tedious and makes it look cumbersome for singles that are hoping to get married to belong to the family.
Well, thank you for that very important matter. The argument as to whether the blessing of marriages in brotherhood is cumbersome or easy has to do with understanding the purpose for which you want to bless.
Okay.
There is no issue of the ceremony being cumbersome. How? First of all, you have to be ready to get your marriage blessed.
Okay.
And then for you to bless your marriage, the fellowship insists that you would have traditionally, I will use the word legally, traditionally be married.
That's the consent of parents.
Yes, in which case you have been married couples.
Okay.
Because if you bless a marriage that you are blessing marriage, you are blessing marriage.
Okay, marriage blessing.
Yes, so it's marriage blessing. So the marriage must take place before you hand over that marriage to God.
To God. Okay.
So you have to be married. So once we insist that you should be married, would one say that is cumbersome? That's one. Two, the other one is it the feast that you are supposed to provide?
I think we just need to know the process that constitutes marriage blessing.
Yeah, the process, you have to get married, and you have to indicate that you want to get your marriage blessed.
Okay.
And then you inform the officers. Because if you are coming from the brotherhood wide sphere, you are likely to understand. So you will approach the officers that will take you through. Okay, when is the date?
To be very clear, officers maybe from your local domain, like your states?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Even if it is your district, even if it is your zone, yeah, you may not. You start from there. From your immediate a family that has blessed, you approach them. They will take you through. Okay, what is the date? What are you supposed to do? And on and on and on. So that is what is the normal thing. Okay. Okay. But the argument which you have raised as to all of this, how cumbersome are they? I don't think there is any, difficulty in getting people involved. I want to bless here. But I have had some occasions where people now talk about the cost involved. Okay.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
That cost involved, and I need to say with all essence of commitment, there are self-inflicted costs.
Okay.
There are self-inflicted costs.
By the couple?
Yeah, by the couple. Because brotherhood, the father didn't tell you even to buy wedding ring.
Okay.
Yes, it's not there. We are the ones that went to the father and pressed for it.
Okay.
There's no brotherhood memorandum does not say if you want to marry, if you don't have a wedding ring, you cannot marry.
Okay.
That's not true. I mean, you cannot bless and marry. That's not true. That's one. Two, nobody tells you that you must go and buy, for instance, sisters go to look for wedding gowns. The sultan you wear is okay. Okay. So it's self-inflicted. The other one has got to do with entertainment of guests. Brotherhood does not have that.
That's the reception.
Reception. Okay. You inflicted that upon yourself. Okay. I am not aware of any provision that says
after the blessing,
after the marriage blessing, take your people out. In fact, the feast to share in the Bethel is just end of it. Okay. So you can see how it is. So with your small amount or your resources, you would have concluded. But when you take it after the Bethel, you take it outside, and you will say it's too expensive. Nobody says that.
Okay. You just raised something that struck me very hard here, and talking about the wedding ring. Yes. That it's not part of the doctrine.
No, it's not that it was required. Okay. We are the ones that went and told
that wanted it.
That please, how do we show that we are married? So, I mean,
but it's part of yes. But it's part of the marriage sacrament, as part of the conduct of marriage, that there comes a time where the priest tells the couple, you can now wear your ring.
Because you have said so. What I'm saying is that recall that brotherhood modus of dressing does not even allow ring. Take note about that. It's very paramount. So you were not even supposed to wear your watch. Okay. Yes. So you were supposed to be like this. So how come that you now put ring inside it? When things are introduced for a long time, they will be seen as the norm. No, it's not true.
So will you bless a couple that has no ring?
Of course you can. Of course you can. Okay. I'm not aware where the father says, if you want to bless your marriage, if you don't have ring, it's not blessed.
Okay, let me leave you for a while there. Let me come back to Brother Ekpeyong. I don't know if you have more to add to this, or I should digress and go to other questions.
Okay, let me just add a little there. In the name of our Lord is holiness Olumba Lumba.
Amen.
In the power of our God is holiness Olumba Lumba.
Amen.
Now and forever.
Amen.
Well, I do not know whether those that are complaining that marriage blessing in brotherhood is so costly, I don't know whether they are really members. Because like our brother has said, I think by the directives of the Holy Father, marriage blessing in brotherhood of the cross and star is in fact very simple.
Okay.
Because the Father had directed that you can even bless your marriage even in the morning prayers.
Oh, really?
Even in the morning prayers, you can bless your marriage and then celebrate feast, whether fruit or food feast, and that's all.
Okay.
And there is also provision for what we call mass marriage blessing. Father said as many as 5, 10, or as many as possible brethren can come together and then contribute their little money, do their feast, and then bless their marriages.
Okay.
So, like he has said, every other thing that we see, you know, the largeness of feast, the largeness of reception, and the clothing and other things are self-inflicted. In brotherhood, I think the simplest marriage blessing is here.
Okay.
Like I said.
Okay. But we are aware that there are some items that the couples have to procure before the marriage blessing dates, like the everlasting gospel, you know, the feast for the blessing or the consecration feast, and all the rest. Are those still the case?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They are, and I don't think they are too much. Our feast is our normal feast, the fruit and so on. In some cases, you know, the full feast, and the communion arrangement, all are not costly.
Okay.
To the best of my knowledge, except maybe it will depend on the person that is involved, but normally it is not costly.
Okay, now let me go over now to most persons in our program, the Morning Star Breakfast Show we have here on Starcross Television, where we talked about, you know, raising up a good home. Some persons ask us that why do we have to wait till after, you know, blessing marriage after some few months during Pentecost before we get certificates of, you know, marriage blessing? Why can't it be given on the day of the marriage? Let me give that back to Brother Gary.
Okay. Let me answer it like this. It is the fizzy. Yeah, it's the fizzy of it.
Okay.
Right. Because again, the Father has not directed that if you bless a marriage, you must appear before me in Ambo before you can get your certificate.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It is the fizzy of it, the joy of it. Because come to think about it, by the time brotherhood will be blessing thousands of marriages, thousands and hundreds of thousands, are you telling me that all of them will come to Ambo? Where is the space? And then the Father will stay and be calling them? Do you know how many days that will take?
Okay.
So you don't put principles that are not sustainable.
Okay.
But now is the fizzy of it.
The privilege. Let me tell you, is a fizzy of it. Maybe it's the privilege of, you know, having that handshake, you know,
Exactly.
with the Father, and being presented a certificate by the Father, having a picture, you know, your family with the Father, that entails that. But some people say it's cost effective, you know, to maybe have a marriage in Lagos, Abuja, and have to fly down to Calabar to get your marriage certificate.
You mean, you say it's not
It's cost effective. That it's cost effective to, you know, have a marriage blessed in perhaps in the north, and you have to come down to Calabar to get your certificate.
Okay, well, if I...
Or let me put it this way: is there a provision to, you know, issue a certificate on the day of marriage if couples want it that way? Is there a provision by the fellowship to actually do it that way?
Well, as to is there a provision? No.
Okay.
I'm not aware of that provision.
Okay.
But as to whether it is doable, the world itself is a changing environment.
Okay.
If today there is need for members who say, oh, I can't come. Okay, how do we do it? I know that our Father is gracious enough. We will go to him and say, Daddy, please, sign the certificates for us. Once we go there, we can present. Oh, fine and good. But like you said, the privilege.
Hello, child of God. It is Pentecostal season again. The time for reports of work done, appraisals, recommendations, and then advice and blessings from the Holy Father, His Holiness Olumba Ubu, to all fellowships, buddies, and groups in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. Do you wish to know more about these fellowships, buddies, and groups? Or do you have brilliant ideas that can push any of these groups forward? Here is your chance. Join us every day except Sundays by 11 o'clock West African time on Starcross Television. Share with us your thoughts via our YouTube channel BCS Starcross TV International or call our official line on +234 7044. Coastal season again. The time for reports of work done, appraisals, recommendations, and then advice and blessings from the Holy Father, His Holiness Olumba Obu. To all fellowships, buddies, and groups in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. Do you wish to know more about these fellowships, buddies, and groups? Or do you have brilliant ideas that can push any of these groups forward? Here is your chance. Join us every day except Sundays by 11 o'clock West African time on Starcross Television. Share with us your thoughts via our YouTube channel BCS Starcross TV International or call our official line on +234 7044 802883 during the program. Happy holidays.
Hi, I am Emidel Umayo and I present Power of Fruits and Vegetables here on Starcross Television. I wish you happy holidays and happy divine manifestation.
Hello, I am Ujwa Kapadok and I present on Starcross Television the everlasting gospel of the sole spiritual head of the universe, leader Olumba Obu, whose words is undilutable and whose teachings is uncomparable. I wish you a beautiful season greetings and a lovely happy new year. Even as you triumph in this new year, remain blessed.
All right, you're welcome back to the interactive session for the Blessed Brothers and Sisters Family Fellowship in preparation for their December Pentecostal Assembly happening today at the World Headquarters of Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, 34 Ambo Street, Calabar. The time for the meeting is 3 p.m. Nigerian time, and so everyone is invited to be there in the hall. Or if you're not there in the hall, please try and join us on Starcross Television for the Father's advice and blessing. All right, before the break, we were on some other issues, but let me, come back to something quite different now, and I will start from mommy. The single ones are out there hoping and wishing for, they're always saying, oh, God, when, God, when, God, when, God, how? This love, I want to follow, share them and all. What's your advice as a mother to the single ones who are aspiring to, grow or bring up a godly family? What's your advice to them?
Thank you so much. My advice to them is for them to put God first.
Okay.
Because there's nothing you do without God that works.
Okay.
But when you put God first in everything, it works for you.
Okay.
They should also have faith, trust in God. They should be prayerful. It will work.
It will work.
Yeah.
Okay. Brother Ikbayong, there was a time the father said that anyone who marries outside the kingdom is perhaps not a child of God. Would you advise brethren to look inwards or also look outside to see if they can also, through marriage, drag others back into the kingdom?
Well, I think firstly, I want to actually be in line with the instructions of the Father. I think that should be first. Except you cannot see within, then you can then go outside. And because it is very, very important for you to marry within. And if you marry within, there are a lot of advantages. The advantages is that the teachings of God that is already in you and your sister will bind the marriage together. Okay. And the marriage will be seriously blessed. And than the one that you go out to bring in somebody, you know, to come in and then begin to learn from your own perspective in terms of your religious background.
Okay.
So I think that is a very serious advantage. But in the other way around, if you do not, you know, see what you need within here, and then you go out, you know, to see a sister that you like or you love outside, and then provided the sister would like to come with you,
okay,
to the fold, I don't think there is something wrong.
Okay.
So the directive of God, I think, in that line has given a leeway,
okay,
provided that you will be able to bring the sister, not for the sister to take you out, because I do not see what you will go out to do. And it is not also advisable by our Father for you to marry a sister that will be in some other church and you are here in the kingdom. That alone has, you know, started a divided home automatically. So I think that the directive of the Father has a leeway. The leeway is that provided that the sister would also want to come in here and then remain with you in the kingdom. So I think that is.
All right, Brother Gara, I will dwell on that. You want to add something?
Yes,
Oh yeah, go before I come back.
In addition to that, I will say it's a sort of evangelism.
Okay.
Yes, because you have gone out there to evangelize and bring in a soul to the Father. So it adds to that.
It adds to that. Okay, Brother Gara, the fellowship is brother and sister family fellowship. Just as Brother Ekbeyong has said, if a brother, for instance, or a sister, let me use a sister as for instance, yeah, a sister happens to get married to a non-member, but because the sister is a member in brotherhood and she manages to, you know, compel the brother to have her marriage blessed in brotherhood, and after the marriage the brother is not a full-fledged member, does that validate the membership of that family in the fellowship?
Okay, if I understand you, does that invalidate? You mean to say, does that obliterate the membership?
Or is that family a member?
Still a member
of the family, yes.
Yeah, sure. Sure. The one we have to understand is that brotherhood practices are very open and they are based on love.
Okay.
Okay, I am not aware, I keep repeating, I'm not aware where the father will say, oh, because your brother or your sister is not a baptized brotherhood member in truth. Because of that, therefore, you are no more part and parcel of the blessed brothers and sisters fellowship.
But is that not a criteria for the blessing, to be a baptized member?
Well, we have had occasions. By the way, let me just make this point.
Okay.
By the way, I do not know how people consider marriage and love. Love matters are very extreme. Once you have a midway, then that will result to broken homes. Love matters are very extreme. So, if David could kill a lot of people to marry someone, killing and bringing heads, okay, you can see marriage is very extreme. So, how do I look at it? If I really love you, the conditions you give to me are likely to be abided with.
Okay.
So if you love a woman, that is why my sister is saying, or my brother has said that, provided it doesn't take you out.
Okay.
Because marriage ties and marriage law is very extreme. So if I want to marry a sister and it's outside, one of the conditions really to me is to say, you just have to follow me.
Okay.
You could not be in my house and you are not a member of Brotherhood of the Cross and Stars. It could not, it will not happen. Okay? And you save a lot of problems when you don't allow that to
But
happen.
it is lighter on the man but heavier on the woman, because they said a woman does not have a church.
The problem we have, again, that has got to take us to the issue of, in quote, the feminist, propaganda.
Okay.
Which to me, really, to what extent would a woman marry you and still have some rights above you? So what I'm saying is that if, for instance, let me just play the other side. If I like a lady and I love her and I marry her, and she says, I will not come to brotherhood, that would, I think it would not actually worry me, because I know once you are married to me, the tendency is that you follow me. So if a lady would say, okay, I'm going to marry you, but I won't come to brotherhood with you, to me it looks childlike. Because which one is such important? How will you be if you marry? Leader Obu says, if you marry an idol worshipper, a woman marries an idol worshipper, you must follow the person to shrine
to worship the idol.
Yes, because which one is stronger? Is it the man that is sinful or the idol worshiping? It is you. So if you are an idol worshipper and I marry you, it means I've accepted everything you worship. So there's no way a woman would decide to marry me and cannot worship my God. Because me, I'm the most important thing. So if I serve this God and you marry me, you just automatically serve.
And it's also important so that our prayers are directed to one channel instead of having, different prayers. Okay, thank you very much, Brother Agara. I really like your, explanation when it comes to matters like this. But I hope you understand why some of these questions will have to come on board, because these are normal day-to-day society life, and we see them. I have personally encountered some brothers who are really having it difficult to get married because, in school, they've seen partners. They've seen people that, they feel are life partners to them. But there is that one, hindrance, which is accepting, the sister accepting to, worship in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star with the said brother. So these are the reasons why some of these questions, are coming up. But thank you very, very much for doing justice to that one. But if you want to add more, go ahead.
I wanted to say you also should ask Brother Gara the other way around, that is vice versa.
Okay.
In the side of the sister.
In the side of, if the sister is a brotherhood, if you want to add to that,
okay, that's fine. Now I would do that by explaining some. I will not mention names. But just give a kind of, will I say, testimony. There is this pastor, he's late now, who married a sister, and then the sister did not want to hear about brotherhood.
Okay.
Of course, our father will always say, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I tell you, it was not long before the sister took over from the brother. She completely took over. Why? Because the father revealed himself to her. Okay. She was in fact the one telling the brother, are you not going to Bethel? Are you not doing this? Are you not doing that? All of those. So I feel that it wouldn't really be a problem. To me, I feel that if a sister is not in brotherhood and you want to marry her, there's no problem.
No, what he is saying is, what if a sister who is a member sees a brother who is not a member? Okay. That's another serious issue here.
You can marry.
Okay.
I have seen in fact, one of our members in Abuja, the brother is not very effective. I won't say it's not, but very effective.
Okay.
They married, they wedded.
Okay.
And they're happily married. There are some brethren that are
worship in Brotherhood of the Cross.
But what in a situation where the brother does not allow the sister to come back to brotherhood, if they accept to marry?
I think that will be a discussion for another day. I'm sorry, because our time is already fast spent here on the program already. We have just about 30 minutes on this interaction. And to everybody that is watching us right now, Blessed Brothers and Sisters Family Fellowship is a family of God, and God alone runs the affair of this family. It is a family of God that God blesses marriages, just as you've heard from Brother Agara from the beginning, that before your marriage is to be blessed in brotherhood, you just have to be married first. And that marriage is, of course, the marriage between two families, traditionally accepting that, okay, this family and this family, we have agreed that our daughters and our son should get married. After which, you can now bring that marriage to the father, and he blesses it, and you become a member of the Blessed Brother and Sister Family Fellowship. Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, I can beat my hand in my chest to say we have plus or minus zero, breakable marriages out there, because the father's hand is involved in all of our marriages. That is why we encourage everyone out there to make sure you bless your marriage in Brotherhood of a Cross and Star. It is a thing that comes with blessing. So today, to know more about the fellowship, we invite you to join them during their Pentecostal meeting with the Father by 3 o'clock Nigerian time. And Star Cross Television will be covering that one live and direct. Thank you very much for coming on set. This is how far we can take. Hopefully, maybe during the... Remember, the fellowship have a program on Star Cross Television called the Blessed Brother and Sister Family Hour on Star Cross TV. On that program, we will deal more on most of these topics because we'll have a lot of time to elaborate on it more. Thank you very much, Sister Ekpeyong Iso, Omar, and Brother Ekpeyong and Brother Agara. Thank you all for coming on the program. See you again tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is Morning Star Breakfast Show in the morning, and fellowship meeting continues. Pentecostal Assembly is still on. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Good News Soundway Peter. Bye for now.
Thank you very much.